Come on. Oh, come on. Hugs. We're going to get hugs. Come on. You just want your treats. You're still early, though. You've got 16 minutes, 18 minutes. Yeah. Hey, kia ora. Helen from Second Live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling, shake it up Saturday. Yes. It's been a very interesting day. So I had on my list of things. Oh, first of all, how was your day? How did you shake it up? What did you do today to shake up your Saturday? Let us know in the comments below. Today I got stuck in with learning how to do these funnels, turning into courses, read all the help stuff and everything else. It kind of made a little bit of sense. But I found that distraction was a good thing. And here's why. Because I would get all this stuff in my head and I'm trying to sort it all through and everything else. I've taken lots of notes. I was going back through the notes and it was just fluffing up my head even more. Is fluffing a word? Yeah, fluffing's a word, but fluffing up my head. Not sure about that one. Anyway, and so I would take a break. I would sit and read. I actually got a whole book read today. It wasn't much of a book. It was just a book. But it helped me. Hello. I'm going to say hello to everybody. Come here. Maybe you can say hello. Say hi. Say hi. Come here. Put your feet up. You're going to stay sitting there. You're actually going to stay sitting there. Good girl. Not often she gets up, but she got given a chew stick by one of the security guards today, one of those twisted. And she keeps thinking I've got it. But she tucked it under my leg for a while this morning, and she's been coming back over here and sniffing like crazy for it. But she's eaten it. So anyway, distractions are a good thing. See what happens when you get distracted. So yes, I'd go and read for a bit, and then I'd come back and cleared the head a little bit, and a little more of it would make sense. And so then I think I just pushed that off the edge of the table over there. Oh, I'll have to fix that up later. And so I was sort of like, okay. And then it got to the point where my hair got so fluffy and heady that I was like, I got to go take a nap. So I went and took a nap. And the thing was that as I'm like drifting off in my sleep and stuff, I was sort of like, oh, everything just started click, 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 click. So I can't click this hand. Click, 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 click. And so it started falling into place, and I could actually literally see in my head what I had to do for each step. I'm like, yes. But of course, when I finally woke up, it was, what time are we at now? It was like 7 o'clock. I had slept for like 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. I don't know. I don't even remember what time I went for a nap. And so now it's all making sense. So now I'm going to go and throw it all into action because it's now suddenly made sense in my head. And I can see exactly what steps I need to do. And it should be pretty much of a breeze to go in and get the stuff in there. Like these courses come with all the copy done, the landing pages done, everything. You just got to plug in the background stuff to it. So where it's got the layout and it's asked for the names and the email addresses, you got to plug your form into there and that sort of stuff. So, and direct it where you need that information to go. So kind of excited now. So it shouldn't be a problem getting my courses up and running now. So I'm going to go have a play with that. First dinner, it's definitely going to be a protein shake. I mean, after that sugar rush this morning from that chocolate cake I had for breakfast, it was a good chocolate cake. Then I used the coleslaw that came with my fish and chips, and I turned it into a salad. So there was some cold meat in there, some tomatoes. What else did I have? A bit of cheese. What else did I have in there? A bit of bacon, a bit of turkey, bacon, cheese, tomatoes, and some lettuce, and chopped it all up and threw it in there and tossed the whole thing together. And it actually it was a nice big pile on the plate, and it was actually a really good salad. And Ziffy sat next to me hoping the entire time that she'd get tidbits. But it was a really good salad. So I think I'm just going to do a protein shake for dinner tonight with my frozen berries. The chocolate frozen berry protein shake. I'm giving the look. What's the matter? Come here. She's staring at me. I can't read her facial. Oh, she just went at me. I can't read her facial expression. So, I'm going to go do that for dinner tonight and quickly at least get some of these done now that I've figured out in my head how it all falls into place and see what happens. So it should actually go pretty quickly now that I've figured it out. So anyway, I'm off to do that, get that set up and done. Go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we will catch you guys tomorrow for Serenity Sunday. Yes, I got the day off. Woohoo! Although I do have to get my planner set up for next week. Oh, and that was the other thing I got done today too. I have a genealogy class coming up in September, and it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so it's 4 days. And it was really interesting because I went into register. I'm like, well, how do I pick the classes? Because I had these different tracks. And you actually pick the classes later on when you decide, and you don't have to follow like one track. Because I was sitting here and I was writing out the different tracks and the topics they were covering and going, okay, well, I really like that one better. What am I attending that class? And that's in that track. But, you know, you got to, I thought one track. No. You get to choose from the 3 tracks that they offer. You can pick this class here, this one over here, this one here, this one. And so you can pick it and piece it all together so you can take the exact classes that you want to take. So I'm now like, oh, okay, I don't have time to sit and sort that out now, but I've got down that I am there for, I've put it in, because some days you can choose it to either just do the blanket class they have on Wednesday, just do Thursday, just do Friday, just do Saturday, or do the whole shebang. So I've the whole shebang. And so now I can go back, and Saturday is just boom, 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 boom. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Wednesday's boom, 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 boom. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I get to choose which classes I want to go to on each of those days. So it's almost like a first come, first serve thing. And so that I'm going to go back and have a look at and figure out which classes I want to do and have backup. So if that class is full and I can't get in, what's another class I can go do? So we're going to figure that out, but not today, not this weekend. We'll do that later. And then they have another set of training opening up next week. And I looked at their courses and stuff, and there's some really good courses in there. It's just that these are ones that meet for anywhere from 2 to 4 hours each week over a series of weeks. And I'm looking at the days and times, and I'm like, I can't do any of them. So I'm sort of like bummed. Yeah, because the days and times just don't work with my schedule. So, but that's okay. That's okay, because those ones come around on a quarterly basis. So, actually, no, twice a year. It comes around twice a year. So I thought, you know, obviously I'm not meant to do any of those classes in that one. Oh, hello again. Who's persistent tonight? Somebody wants her teas. You know, it's not 8 o'clock yet. You got 10 minutes. You have to wait 10 minutes till 8 o'clock. She's been very clingy the last few days and stuff. Like in the evenings when I'm sitting in the chair, she comes and she sits and just puts her paw on the thing and waits for me to start giving her scratches. And she's been very loving and adoring the last couple of weeks, just staying close. I'm not sure why. But yeah, she just wants to stay close these last couple of weeks. Just get lots of hugs and scratches, and like she'll come and sit when I'm sitting in the recliner. If I put my feet down, she'll come and sit between my legs with her back up against the chair and literally just sit on her back haunches with her front legs up so that I can give her scratches on the chest and then give her scratches on her head, which she likes. She likes ones on her head between her ears. But it's just sort of like, really, I'm not complaining. I am not complaining, but she's just been very snuggly the last couple of weeks, which I love. So I'm not sure why, and I'm trying to think ahead, like, you know, it's May. There was nothing that happened in May except for buying sparkles, which was the 4th of May, and then moving in was the 5th of May, and we've had those anniversaries, and so I was just like, I wonder why she's so, but I'm not going to complain, because I love it when she gets all snuggly. Yeah, she won't sit on my lap, but she will lay next to me if she can. So that's one reason why I'm thinking of getting rid of the couch, because it needs replacing, and putting in a reclining love seat that I can recline on one part of it and she can lay up there next to me. Now she's over at the driver's seat. And then get rid of my old recliner and put a desk in that area and use the passenger's seat, have that spin around, and then there's my desk right there. So I'll be sitting in the passenger seat, which is actually a pretty comfortable seat. So a lot better than sitting here on the bench, but it means I get rid of, this becomes a dining table again. So there's all sorts of plans. And then I was looking outside today on our locks. We're going to be here for at least another year. And I'm like thinking, what can I do that's easy, that's temporary, that's easy to pack up when it comes time to moving? And I'm looking, because we've got a big area out towards the back there. I thought, well, maybe I can get some of that artificial grass, and then I can fence it, put a fence around it, because there's all these different types of fences that you can get that break down quite easily for transportation and stuff, and they're just like stakes that go in the ground. So I could do that, but then it's sort of like, what do I do for sunshade, because out there would be really hot because it's out of reach of the awning. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I could do like a gazebo or something out there, you know, one of those ones that just pop up. So looking and pricing right now and all of that. So seeing what I can do, but I want to have stuff that's easy to move and doesn't weigh a lot, because when you're on the road in the RV, you do have to watch your weight, and make sure that everything is distributed evenly throughout the RV when you are moving, so that your tires aren't getting, one set of tires not getting worn faster than another set of tires and that sort of stuff. And also on fuel economy, it's a lot easier when everything is, the weight's evenly distributed and you don't have one side working harder than the other side type of thing. And so yeah, but before I get back on the road, I am going to have to replace the tires, because I know my 4 back ones, I think it's this year is their life, because they've got a life expectancy of like 7 years or something, and I think it's this year that they expire, that they reach their 7-year mark. But this is going to get overhauled, engine and tires, before we get back on the road, get a wheel alignment done, and that'll all be done before we get back on the road. So yeah, the only problem with that is half the time they want you to bring the vehicles in, but there are a couple of RV mobile mechanics in the area, which is like, yes. And they come out and do the oil changes, check the engine over, check your batteries, all that sort of stuff. I don't even know if I can start it yet, so because my chassis battery is dead, but my house batteries are fine. I know that because we've had a couple of power cuts and lights have stayed on in certain areas, even though the computer suddenly went blank, the air conditioning went off, and I was like, what the heck's going on? And but 5-10 minutes later they were all back on again. So not too bad, not too bad, but it'll be nice to get the generator running as well, so got to get that fixed as well. But thankfully most of it can be done under warranty, which is awesome. Anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic sparkling rest of yours. Shake it up Saturday evening. I'm going to go together and put a couple of course funnels together, and see if what's in my head matches up with the steps that I have to do on the computer. So that's going to be interesting. Anyway, and then tomorrow it is completely a hands-off. You'll see me on here for a live, and that'll be it. Yep. Disconnecting. Yes, disconnecting from social media tomorrow. Anyway, go out, have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow for Serenity Sunday. Hey, Conara.